What's up, everybody? This is Jose from Sun Life. On today's video, I'm going to show you guys how I clowned Collier County Code Enforcement. As you can see here, somebody filed a complaint and they said that no permit for redo inside electrical and plumbing. They closed this inspection. So what happened here, we owned a mobile home in Naples, Florida. This is the inside of it. I gutted the mobile home, as you can see, and I put a concrete slab. As you can see here, we installed a concrete slab inside the mobile home. You can see the workers here installing the concrete slab. And after I installed a concrete slab, I quite literally
Here it comes. Let's do this.
Therefore, I used my truck to destroy the mobile home, and this is all, of course, according to the county, done without a permit, basically. And on top of that, decided that he was going to snitch me out. And this is the type of crappy thing you deal with when you live in a bad community. As you can see, how many different cases and complaints there have been at this address lets you know how horrible it was to live in this Royal Cove neighborhood in Naples. You can see here there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These are all complaints on that address from code enforcement. So the neighbors were constantly snitching each other out. And this is a normal thing in this neighborhood. It's got a snitch-a-thon going on. And this person here, in this particular case, it's like they're complaining about the grass being too tall. But this particular person who helped me install the concrete was the person who snitched me out. He was my next-door neighbor. And what's interesting is you used to be able to click on it and it would say his name and phone number. But this is on the permit side. There's another county area you can go into, and you can actually see that it has his name and his phone number, as he was the one who filed the complaint. So this is the portal side where you can look up permits and stuff like that. So you can see that on 8/1/2019, they were sent out and they came out. But on 8/1, the property owner, Jose Rodriguez, so that's me, and my phone number, advised that they were fixing up the home to sell it. He admitted to doing work inside the house. Now here's the problem with this little area. To do work in Collier County, you need to have a NOC, which is a notice of commencement, if it's over $2,500, and you also need to pull permits. Now there's a law on the books that I found way back, because I studied all these laws and regulations before I built this mobile home. So I was able to, by learning the laws, I was able to cheat the county out of making me pull permits, because what I did was, according to the county, completely illegal. Now I was going to lawyer up, but the county backed off. As you can see, their outcome was incomplete, and they closed this case number. They closed it, so the county backed off. So they backed off. The county decided they weren't going to go for it. But they were going to make me, and my neighbor, when he snitched me out, their goal was to make me demolish the new construction, which if you look it up, I'll show you guys what the final result looked like. When I finished, this was the final result. So this was the house that I built right here at 46 Royal Cove. You can see this home. I literally turned a 1967 mobile home into a house. You can see it's well built, nice inside, concrete floors on the interior, marble tile on the inside, tropical plants. I even had a pigeon coop in the back, a little shed. Good times, man. Kind of hurts to see this now. So you can see the house was very nice, very neat, um, and I built that. But I built that without pulling a single permit. There's a law on the books that states that anything built before the building code, which was in 1968, make you pull permits on something. So here's what this goes along to say. But stated that he is allowed to do whatever he wants inside. That's me, because this is not a mobile home, but rather a trailer that requires to be registered with the DMV. So my mobile home was so old. It was before the building code, so it wasn't a trailer that they could make me pull codes, but it was registered with the DMV with a license plate. Owner stated that he has lived in the property for over 10 years and he and his wife inherited the home, blah, blah, blah. I don't know why he put that in there. But Mr. Rodriguez alleged, the reason I put that in there was because he asked me, oh, how are you able to afford, to have a house paid off? That's how messed up and racist these people are in Naples. So I had to explain to him that I owned it. Why couldn't I just freaking own it? You know what I mean? But that's just how backwards these people are. Jose Rodriguez alleged, and this is wrong information. Somebody had passed away 2 years ago. That's wrong. He didn't listen. Mr. Rodriguez alleged that he went to the growth department, which I did, to look into getting permits, which I did. But before he did anything, he was told the permits are not necessary because it was deemed a trailer. So I went into the growth department division. That's them right there. I went to the growth management division, and I said I want to pull permits on a mobile home. And we got some snobby idiot who told me, I got one person at the growth department who told me, oh, this is not a house. Like, he was trying to down talk me, like, oh, you don't even live in a house, you live in a trailer, you don't need to pull permits. So I went in there and I looked up the rules. It's not fixed to the ground like a mobile home. So this person, when I went in there, first of all, the person who inspected it, he pretty much the person who inspected it was a jerk, because I had to explain to him that I inherited the property. Why should I have to inherit the property? Why do I have to explain that to this person? But that's just the type of jerks they are. And when I went into the county, the other guy was a jerk too, because he was telling me, hey, it's not even a house, it's a trailer. So on both occasions, they're snobby, these inspectors and these growth management people, they're jerks, they're a piece of craps, really. And they treat you like garbage, they look at you like you building a house, they look at you like you're garbage. But anyways, at the end of the day, no permit was necessary because it's not a trailer, it was fixed to the ground like a mobile home. He went inside and brought out the registration for the trailer and a decal for his plate. So, and it says photos attached, research required. So I knew that I was going to get snitched out because, again, this is just the type of neighborhood I live in. So I went ahead and I built my house without permits. But I had a folder ready, so when I got snitched out, I could show it to them. And sure enough, I went inside the house. I brought out the registration for the trailer and a decal with a license plate for the trailer. And he says photos are attached, research required. It means they didn't even know they didn't know what to do. But anyways, I received an email in the case. We met with him today. Mobile homes are regulated by the Department of Motor Vehicle. Renovations to the mobile home are not a violation. Right there, you can see right there. Advised there is no violation, case closed. Therefore, what I did by demolishing the mobile home and building a house was legal because it was on top of the chassis of a trailer, not a mobile home. And therefore, I was able to clown Collier County into building a house without permits. And this is pretty much a story of how I did it. Now, the house was demolished and they actually put in a new mobile home for some reason. I don't know why they did it, because this had a concrete floor. The one they ordered had to always be plywood floor, so it was never going to be as good as what I built. But at the end of the day, we were able to demolish the mobile home and build a house without permits. And as you can see in the permit portal, it is, their comments from the inspectors were, mobile homes are regulated by the Department of Motor Vehicles. Renovations to this mobile home are not a violation. So I was able to clown them into basically destroying a mobile home, building a house without having to pull a permit. But after I did that, some new people bought the property, and they were actually also cited for doing the same exact thing. They were cited for So this is after I sold the property. I observed the mobile home removed from the property without obtaining permits. We'll submit a case to determine the building department. Inspections have commenced for a permit number. So they did a demolition without a permit. To do a demolition, you need a permit. Now, I'm sure that when they did this, these are the people that bought the property off me. They also knew that they could do that without a permit. So I'm sure that they had their lawyered up and they figured it out. But they had to do the same thing I did, but they demolished it because they were going to put in a mobile home, a real mobile home on paper. But after that, they also got a complaint for the grass being too tall. Must mow or cost to mow all the weeds, grass. So after the new owners, they got hit with complaints. But as you can see, countless temporary land use, nuisance abatement vehicles. Nuisance abatement. It is a constant. So here's one complaint we got. Observed that the neighbor had cut down Brazilian peppers and left the complaint's yard. The neighbor, the guy next door, the same guy who snitched me out, he had cut Brazilian peppers and left them on my yard. And so I called the county on him, and they made him pick it up. I can't remember how it went, but basically he was cutting down his trees, and then he was throwing them over into my yard. So it's a constant back and forth of snitching going on here. Like in this case, I called the county on him because he cut down his trees and threw them on my yard. Like, I'm supposed to clean up for you. But you can see this is back to back. Just a horrible place to live, this Royal Cove. There it is right here. This is one of them. This was a recent one. This is still a open pending case, so I can't comment too much on it. But this woman here that lives in Royal Cove, there's a street that I lived on right here. She lives at 28 Royal Cove. I lived at 46 Royal Cove. She shot herself in the home with a W in an argument with a neighbor. So this is an ongoing case, so I can't comment on it, but you can see her photo right there. This is not the first time she's had this happen to her. This person has been on the news before for doing similar things. So when you write in Royal Cove Drive, Naples, Florida, that right there is how we were able to clown Collier County and build a home without permits. If it's built before the building code and it's registered as a trailer, not a mobile home, you do not need a permit.